first song will be La Barranquita, a little polka, so you guys can dance. I hope you guys enjoy.
Good morning. It is Monday, April 11th, 7:05 a.m. This is Good Morning Brownsville. My name is Frankie Olivo. Good morning, Manny. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good start to your week, my man. Thank you so much. Self-induced abortion case gets dismissed. Elon Musk, will he be sitting on the Twitter board of directors, and will they be accepting Dogecoin as payment? And the Texas Best Conjunto did have an event this past weekend. We'll be talking about that and more. Now, again, this week we should see a cool morning, a cool start to the morning. We have been getting a lot of sun this past week, but it should be a cool, cloudy and warm day so far. It is 89 degrees in Brownsville, 94 in Harlingen, South Padre Island. The Cabrera boys are looking at a cool 76 degrees, and McAllen is 99 degrees right now. It is going to be a hot day up until Thursday. We do have a 20% chance of getting rain, and then again on the weekend it is going to be another hot one. Good morning, Frankie. Have a great day. Thank you, Virginia. Hope you had a good weekend, and wishing you an even better start to your day. Thank you for your time. Sports. Going into sports very quickly. We did have great news this past weekend. On Friday, we had the Arriaga karate team compete, and special shouts out goes to the coaching staff, the parents that are always involved within their child's lives. But Nina, Elizabeth, Sage, Santiago, Melanie, Isaiah, Shamila, George, Nina, they did bring back. They went to state. They did bring back 4 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze. So special shouts out goes to Arriaga Karate Academy and to their participants, and more importantly to the parents. The parents are the ones that devote their time, attention, and most importantly their money to their kids. But again, it is a great investment. So special shouts out goes to Arriaga Karate Academy. Also, we had great news. Ramsey Rocha, a senior from Rivera High School, just signed his letter of intent to go to Central Methodist University. What a great accomplishment. We wish Mr. Rocha a very successful, more importantly, academic career, but hopefully he will excel, as we know he will, excel in their football program. Special shouts out goes to Coach Leal, Coach Hugo Ramirez, and all the coaching staff at Rivera High School. But more importantly, today is a special shout out to the Rocha family in honor and celebration of their boy signing that very, very important letter. Local news. We had the Conjunto. I started off today's show with the Conjunto. At TSC, there was this Conjunto competition, and I was very impressed. I went with a friend, and I didn't know this event was going on until the night before. And that morning, there was like, hey, we're going to go judge this event. You should come. And I said, all right, fine. I'll check it out. Guys, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of musical talent here in our local area, here in Brownsville, here in the Rio Grande Valley. Music has always been a part of all of our lives. And it was very interesting to see elementary level, I'm going to call them artists, perform. And I hadn't been in TSC. I hadn't been in the Jacob Brown Auditorium in quite a while. I forgot how big the stage was. There was a good crowd. Again, families from all over the Rio Grande Valley. Here we had Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos, they had an elementary team, a beginners team that was very impressive. Like I said, when it started out, I was there for like 4 hours. When it started out, I was like, damn, these guys are the beginners level. I can just imagine what the JV and varsity going to sound like. And sure enough, I was in shock. But we did have a Conjunto event at TSC. Great organized, great sponsorships, great music. I forgot how long I had been there. Here we had La Jolla ISD, the crown jewel, or the jewelry ISD as they call them. Also competing and excelling. Something very crazy happened. We can all remember what happened in the Capitol riot back in January the 6th. We could remember that day as if it was yesterday. We remember large amounts of people rioting and taking over Washington, it seemed, and we were kind of freaked out because we'd never seen that before. This was termed domestic terrorism. We saw how people, acted violently, and a few people died, if I'm not mistaken. Well, this led to many uprisings throughout the United States, and one case that I want to focus on is in Michigan. In Michigan, there was a plot. 4 men tried to kidnap the governor, the Michigan governor. They ended up arresting them, the FBI. They had a trial. 4 men, 2 of them got found not guilty this past weekend. and two others will possibly get a mistrial for being acquitted. And the interesting thing is that, as we could all imagine, when we hear kidnapping, and here, we hear it, I guess, along the border a lot more because of our proximity. We've heard of cases, unfortunately, more on the other side than this side, of course. But whenever we hear kidnappings, I think the worst. I think, oh my God, this is the worst thing that could happen. I lie. There was a kidnapping back in Brownsville. It was cartel related. They picked this guy up at his restaurant. They went all the way to Olmito, Rancho Viejo area, and they killed him and left the body there. But again, that's a different story. But whenever we hear kidnappings, I think of the worst. I think, oh my God, it's this is horrible. Well, 4 men ended up getting found not guilty. And what is this? What does this message sends? Again, there's a lot of details that I still do not know about this case. But what is interesting is that we could just get the mindset of the people in Michigan. The defense did a great job of presenting their case in this kidnapping trial. And what was interesting was that they convinced the jury that it was entrapment, that the FBI, that they colluded with these criminals. They led them to believe it's entrapment, but I don't understand. And again, I do need to discuss this further with my attorney friends, but I don't understand entrapment. The intent was there, no, from the person wanting to commit murder, wanting to kidnap, wanting to take them against their will. But again, that's playing devil's advocate. Well, these men convinced the jury that the FBI entrapped them, that it wasn't their intent to kidnap, that it wasn't their intent to harm the governor. But again, what precedence does this set in the United States? Again, every state is different. Every region of the United States, it's red, blue. There's a lot of different ideologies. But what does this message send? Does it say that, hey, you could possibly kidnap an elected official, a governor, the highest position in all of the state, and be okay with it because the FBI colluded, the FBI entrapped you? Again, when I got the update, I was like, no way, you're kidding, right? They're like, no, this is serious. And again, I always reach out to my friends because I like to get different different opinions on different matters. And my friends are always, they're smarter than me. They're they got better ideas than me. And I always like to reach out to get their opinion. They said, man, this is scary. This is scary because what precedence does this set? People are crazy. People will take, things to heart. People take Facebook to heart. I was talking to my friend this past weekend and I said, hey, people take Facebook too hard. If the worst thing you can do to somebody nowadays is unfriend them, unblock them. And that's like, oh my God, they unfriended me from Facebook. Come on, it's Facebook, guys. There's more to life than that. But a kidnapping case in Michigan, 2 of the defendants were found not guilty for trying to kidnap a governor. And I'm not laughing because it's crazy. But again, I need to go over the details to give you more precisely, but entrapment, that was the defense and they bought it. So 2 were found not guilty and two possibly could face an acquittal. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a good Monday. How was your weekend? Hope you had a good one. Entrapment sounds like politicians' trade tricks. Does this mean that the area of Michigan, that the state of Michigan, is probably ticked off of elected officials who do not share their same ideology? But one could argue, hey, that's where you go and you get them at the voting booth, at the ballot box. No, that's our democratic way of going against somebody, not really causing them harm or wanting to kidnap them. But again, very interesting case. When I first heard it, it was related to, and the prosecutors, they try to relate it to the Capitol riots back in January the 6th, where they said that, hey, this is going to lead to extremism. This would happen in Washington. People are going to see it. And we all saw it. The world saw it. It was broadcasted live, and that was around the time when we were still in quarantine, if I'm not mistaken. We're watching CNN. We're like, what the hell is happening? Like, what's going on? So it is very, very interesting to see that a high publicized case that, President Biden and the Department of Justice wanted to make an example of and say, look, this is domestic terrorism. This is what it looks like. Y'all should avoid this. Well, that case was found out guilty. So that is a slap in the face to the Justice Department, because this was going to be their big case that they could show, that say, hey, look, this is domestic terrorism. They tried to kidnap a governor because of what happened back in January the 6th when they stormed the Capitol. But again, very, very crazy case, very, very interesting. Good morning, good morning. You're gonna make me sing, bro. You're gonna make me sing that famous song. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. Now in financial news, Papi Musk recently, and we spoke about it. Papi Musk did pay $3 billion for 9.2% of Twitter. He is the largest individual shareholder for the company, which is huge. How huge? Why? Because this possibly gives him a seat on the board. Now he has been, he has been tweeting, he has been posting things, kind of crazy things, of course. But he has been stating things like, would you guys like to add an edit button on Twitter? Would you guys like to get a check mark? And a check mark in Instagram and other social media platforms, it means that you have been verified, that you are authentic, that you are the real. Whenever people started with, I always laugh because Facebook was just to college students at one time. MySpace was only to like the young crowd. Twitter is more for like news, more for, it's different. Well, people started creating like the real Frankie Olivo, because why? Because people started hacking, and it all goes back to social media. People charge to display content. People, hey, you want to post about your business? I'll post it on the gram where I have 60 million followers. But Elon Musk, he is the largest shareholder for Twitter with 9.2%. And he has been coming. I posted on my feed that, do we take out the W in Twitter and things like that? He just shot down an opportunity to sit on the board of directors. And one would think, thank God. We all remember Trump, right? We all remember Trump whenever people said, hey, somebody needs to get his phone because he's tweeting like crazy. And I think somebody did at the end start monitoring his posts and things like that. Because he was getting a little out there. My friend recently told me, hey, you should consider letting somebody post for you. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Why? You're crazy. And she was like, oh, just something to think about. I don't know if she was being serious or what, but, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, Papi Musk, he has been posting, kind of, I want to say radical things, but he likes the attention. He likes posting something and boom. Also, another interesting thing is that, he has been investigated by the SEC, if I'm not mistaken, for the Security Exchange Commission, for tweeting things that causes stocks, that causes cryptocurrency such as Dogecoin and Bitcoin to go up in value or down. And it's crazy how a simple tweet of his will go viral and will change the stock. Just like that. But maybe it's a good thing that Elon Musk will not be on the board of directors. But Dogecoin, we have seen that Twitter, and more importantly, Elon Musk, who has been an advocate for cryptocurrency moving forward, he did suggest, and he has suggested before previously with Tesla, that they will be accepting Bitcoin and eventually Doge. He did say that, and he has a proposition for Twitter to create like a premium account where you pay, let's say $5 a month, and you get verified, you get that check mark. And I'm sure you'll have other, other amenities, other resources that you could use. But the interesting thing that he mentioned was Dogecoin. He said, we are going to, or, he has the idea of wanting to create this premium Twitter account where one accepts payment, where Twitter accepts payment with Dogecoin, which is the future. And we have seen how Dogecoin has had its roller coaster, its ups and downs. Who could forget when Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live? That thing was rising, and I want to say it went up to it was at 50 cents. Was it at 60 cents or 70 cents when the show premiered on Saturday Night Live? Elon Musk, when he came out, the first monologue, boom, it dropped. It dropped like crazy. And one thing that we should all stress and realize is that cryptocurrency is very volatile. It is, man. You could be banking, you could be great, and then just like that, you can lose it all. Many people, I myself included, was on that ride. I think I sold right before, or something like that. So my losses were minimal at that time. Well, right now, Doge is at 0.14 as of 6 this morning. 0.14 again. We have seen it higher at 50 cents, and again, Doge to the moon. And my thing about cryptocurrency is that I do feel that it is going to be the future. Don't laugh at me, but whenever I think of this digital currency, I think of, that Justin Timberlake movie where he's got that thing and it's like the time and that allows him to buy stuff. I think it's something like that, but more importantly, I think it's more like the Mario Kart, and you're gonna laugh. The Mario Kart, when you're going around chasing other people's coins, that's the way I think it is gonna be. That the currency, the euro, the peso, the currency that we know now, in the next 50 years, it's gonna be a thing of the past. It's gonna be a piece of paper. Gold's still gonna be gold, silver's still gonna be silver. Diamonds, obviously, and pearls, and all those fine jewels will have worth, but it is going towards cryptocurrency. I do want to do a show. I want to reach out to like a financial advisor. Some of my friends are financial advisors, and we always talk about more recently crypto. So maybe a show like that would be pretty cool, just to have a better understanding of that. So Twitter will be possibly creating a premium account where members will be able to pay for those fees through Doge. Now, our feature story. This past year, Texas passed one of the strongest abortion laws in recent times. And, everybody has their opinion. And this is one that goes back to Roe versus Wade, many cases that we are familiar with. The interesting thing about abortion is that I feel that it is the person's individual right and belief to do as they wish, whether that be a man or a woman, with their body as they choose. I personally, I have my own beliefs. I was raised a Christian. I was raised that abortion is considered murder, is considered taking the life of an innocent child, or taking a life, period. Now, my beliefs, even though I do have my beliefs, I am in no shape, way, or form in the position to judge, to belittle somebody, to say, hey, you're wrong. I can advise them if they'd like, but that does not make me, somebody to say, hey, this is what you should do with your body. That has been the topic of discussion, for the longest time. Recently, here in South Texas, in Starr County, we got a case where this woman had a self-induced abortion. Now, it's interesting how life works, and it's just a very small world. This case happened last week, and I have a friend in McAllen, and she goes, "Hey, I know I'm comadres with the aunt of this person." Well, this person in Starr County, and look, there's a lot of details that I'm not going to reveal. How that pregnancy happened, that's besides the point. What is interesting to see about this case is that we had a woman in Starr County that was pregnant. And how all women could be, they were emotional. And I've heard it. And women, y'all can, y'all can help me with this. You know, I've heard about postpartum depression. I've heard of depression during a pregnancy. You know, there's a lot of mood swings. There's a lot of feelings and emotions that go through a woman's body, or the process of giving birth or conceiving. I'm sorry, of conceiving. And only women, obviously, are could be able to tell us best. But I have a general understanding, and you know, ladies, feel free to comment if you'd like. But I have a general understanding of women going through different emotions: depression, anxiety, happiness, joy, sadness, you know, throughout a pregnancy. Well, this case, this individual, and what newspapers aren't saying is that this woman in Starr County, that she was 6 months pregnant. She was happy in the beginning about her pregnancy, and then for whatever reason or another, she didn't want to have it no more. But again, the key term for me, the key number is 6 months. She was well into her second trimester, ladies. She was well into her second trimester when she had doubts. She ended up traveling to Mexico. She went across international lines. She went to the pharmacy. She took a pill back in January. This happened this past January. She took a pill that would help her get rid of the body. Well, she crosses back on this side. She has complications because of the pill. She's not feeling well. She's ill. She goes to the hospital. She tells the hospital what she took. The hospital reports it. There was somebody in the hospital. And again, we all know, like Governor Abbott, he recently passed a law this past year that made it illegal. And again, there was like $10,000 being offered if you had information for an individual. That's why I think they reported it, because the state was offering $10,000 up to 10,000. You know how that goes. We offer you up to 10,000. There's always clauses and stuff, but they offered them $10,000 to bring information to people that were participating in abortions. Remember that, guys? Now it's making a lot more sense. I didn't think about this, but this case was reported. Now, again, we have a woman, 6 months pregnant, second trimester. She doesn't want to have the baby no more. She crosses the border. She goes to a farmacia. She takes a pill. She crosses back. She's not feeling well. She goes to the hospital. She tells the hospital what she did. She crossed, got a pill, came back, not feeling well. The hospital reported it. Now, was it the hospital per se? Was it a family member? Was it a concerned citizen? We don't know. But it was reported. Now, this happened in January. Well, a sealed indictment was unsealed, this past last week, and they found this woman with murder. And I think it was a county judge that signed. I'm not sure. It was a judge that signed this warrant 2 months after, and the reasons was because that the baby still had not died at the time, and I think it just recently died, if I'm not mistaken. Now, my question to my attorney friends is: if I commit a crime in Matamoros, if I cross international lines, can I get prosecuted in Brownsville? You know, depending on the crime, of course. You know, I'm not saying, I'm going to kill somebody in Matamoros and be here in Brownsville and be like, "Good morning, Brownsville. Hey, no me puedes hacer nada." You know, I'm not saying that. You know, of course, we have seen how law enforcement agencies with Tamaulipas, the state, the local, la policía municipal, you know, they work in tandem with Brownsville PD, with ICE, with law enforcement, FBI. But, you know, if I commit a crime in Matamoros, if I take a pill, if I take a Xanax, if I take if I smoke weed in Matamoros and I come back to the States, can I get punished for a crime here? Well, that's what this woman did. This woman crossed international lines. She took a pill. Again, it's in Texas. On this side, it's illegal. It's wrong. Across the border, it's okay. I'll give you what you want. Well, this woman, and this was quick. And the point that I want to make is this woman her case was dismissed. And it was dismissed within a week. Now, this isn't, it's not like if the DA, and again, they have been monitoring this case. They have been, following this case very closely because again, and especially in counties like Star, high profile cases, they're always on them. And of course, they deserve the attention that they deserve. But what's interesting was that a week after the case was dismissed. Now, why was it dismissed? This case had garnered national attention. This case was being posted on the New York Post, ABC, Fox, and the bond, when this woman was charged with murder, the bond was set at $500,000. And again, we all have one of the amendments to the Constitution is to have it's like a fair bond, a fair amount of bond. You can't make it excessive. You can't be over the top. But again, cases such as murder do merit that high amount. But she quickly got the attention of these advocacy groups, these abortion, pro-choice organizations, and they pump money. And 10% of $500,000 is what, 50,000? It's not like if my family has 50,000 just hanging out, like, oh, Frankie, go, here you go, Nico, so you can hang out for a couple while your trial is pending. But that's interesting, they raised $50,000, or they paid $50,000 within a week of her being arrested. And they started going to, she started having little protests, a few people here, a few people there. They started going to Fox News. They started going, This case was going to get set precedents. Why? Because it was going to go up against Governor Abbott, the Texas Supreme Court, that say, hey, look at these women. We are possibly killing these women as well because we're not giving them an opportunity to have access to these procedures, so to speak. Now, we just saw the state of Oklahoma 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, pass a very stringent and very strong abortion law as well. So the DA, it was interesting. The DA wanted no part with it. He said, hey, this issue is something out of my reach, and he dismissed the case. He dismissed the case right away. Now, will this lead to other cases being dismissed? That remains to be seen. But will this take precedence? Will this allow women to say, "Hey, well, if she did it, I could do it"? And what risk are they putting themselves in? And again, we are not here to say that women should not have abortions. That women should do whatever they want with their body. I am not their judge. I am not their maker. They will have to face their maker one day. I will too, for all my imperfections. What I want to convey is that it is very scary, and maybe this case will lead to maybe a change in administration. Maybe if there is a Democrat down the road in the state of Texas, this could lead to possibly abolishing the abortion law that we have here in the state of Texas. But this is very scary for a woman to do this. And again, this goes to show. But for me, the thing was that she was 6 months. That's the thing. And look, whatever a woman wants to do with her body is a-okay. But once you start having a belly, once that baby starts forming, once it's in the second trimester, to me, when they told me that it was 6 months, and if you read in every paper, they don't reveal that. Now, is that part of the investigation? Of course, but these pro-choice, they don't mention that. And again, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice, even though my religion doesn't believe in that. I don't believe in that. But again, it is not my right to tell you how you should live your life, what you should do to your body. Because just the way you can't tell me what to do, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's our human right. But that is the rest of the story. Good morning, Joe. Happy Monday. What's your opinion on the state of Texas versus Melissa Lucio? She's coming up for execution. We spoke about that case last week. Now Kim Kardashian, she's on it, and she is going to get national attention if this case hasn't gotten it already. I think she snapped. I think, unfortunately, that you have a woman that that bared 14 children. They were struggling. She was on drugs. She was physically, emotionally, sexually abused. And I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that, she had a troubled life. Um, if me being a single person without kids, if I struggle in life, I can just imagine a woman with 14 kids trying to make it, not having the resources that others do. So I think Melissa Lucio snapped, and I think she did abuse this child. And according to the pathologist, Farley, she said that that the blunt force trauma was very brutal, consistent with somebody being pummeled, being, you know, so um, do I feel like if her case should get extended to have another review? Of course, I'm all for that. But but that's my opinion. What's your opinion on the case? Good morning, sir. How's it going? Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Hope you had a good one. Recharge the batteries, ready to go. Good to see you. Good morning, Hilda. Happy Monday. Hope you have a great day. Good morning. God bless you. Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning, Brownsville. Hey, good morning, Cindy. Hello to the beautiful people in Harlingen, Texas. Thank you so much. Good morning, Mr. Olivo. Just set my alarm for the day of the week and times for your show. Welcome back. Good morning, 956 style. Thank you so much. It really means the world to me. Whenever you guys, like I said, the most precious thing we have in this world is our time. And for you guys to lend me 1 minute, 20 seconds, a few minutes out of your day to listen, comment, means more than gold. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Good morning, Frankie. Hey, good morning. Have a great day. God bless you. Thank you for your time. It is Monday, 7:38 a.m. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I hope you all have a great start to your week. Bye. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Happy Monday.